Hello friends, welcome to my channel DevOps All-in-One. So in today's video, we are going to see how to deploy Jenkins on Kubernetes cluster. Once we deploy Jenkins on Kubernetes cluster, we will see how to configure cloud in Jenkins. After that, we will see how to run a Jenkins job using Kubernetes pod slave. So this is overall today's video's agenda. My name is Sachin Deshmukh. I have over 9+ years of experience as a cloud DevOps engineer. I have expertise in DevOps and its tools and cloud solutions such as GCP, AWS, Azure. I worked on many DevOps tools such as Jenkins, TeamCity, Git, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Sonar, Logstash, Kibana, and clouds. Till now, we have covered all the aspects of Jenkins. In our first tutorial, we have seen how to install Jenkins on local Windows machine. On our tutorial 2, we have seen Jenkins installation on remote Linux machine. On tutorial 3, we have seen Jenkins configuration in details. Tutorial 4, we have seen Jenkins master slave configuration, where we have seen two type of slave configurations. Sorry, one is local Windows slave and second is remote Linux slave. In tutorial 5, we have seen Jenkins declarative and scripted pipeline. Tutorial 6, we have seen parameterized job creation in Jenkins. In tutorial 7, we have seen Tomcat web deployment using Jenkins. In the next video, we have seen static code quality analysis on SonarQube using Jenkins. After that, we have seen Nexus installation on remote Linux machine. And we have also seen its integration with the Jenkins. And in tutorial 11, we have seen how to set up Jenkins slave on Windows with the master on Linux machine. So this is our tutorial number 12. Installing Jenkins on Kubernetes is a complex process. So continuous integration and deployment is an important part of DevOps. Jenkins is a very popular tool for continuous integration and deployment. There are multiple ways by which we can install Jenkins. Out of those, installing Jenkins on Docker is the easiest way. And to deploy Jenkins on Kubernetes, it requires a lot of configurations. So you might be wondering, if there are multiple ways to install Jenkins, that too in the easiest way, why should I deploy Jenkins on Kubernetes? Right? So let's start. Why to deploy Jenkins on Kubernetes? Because containerization is a general trend nowadays. It includes not only the containerization of applications, but also the containerization of related tools. When Jenkins is deployed on Kubernetes, the master node of Jenkins will automatically generate the child nodes, that is new containers, to complete the task according to the situation. And those child nodes will be automatically destroyed after the task is done. So that's the big advantage of deploying Jenkins on Kubernetes. So you don't have a permanent slave agents. So master will create a child nodes, that is a slave nodes, and they will complete your task. And once the task is done, those slave nodes will be automatically deleted. So for today's demo, these are the resources that we need. The GitHub repository that we are going to use is https://kuldsachin/Jenkins Kubernetes demo. After that, we need Google Kubernetes Engine to deploy Jenkins. We have 4 YAML files, actually 5. So first is Jenkins Kubernetes volume.yaml, which will be required to create persistent volume to store the Jenkins data. Second is Jenkins Kubernetes deployment.yaml, which will be required to create deployment of Jenkins. Third is Jenkins Kubernetes service.yaml, which is required to create service to expose the Jenkins. Fourth, we will require is Jenkins Kubernetes cluster role binding.yaml to create cluster role binding. And the fifth one is Nginx deployment service.yaml. So this is required that once we done all these stages, we will deploy Nginx onto the Kubernetes from Jenkins port slave, and we will see how that deployment done. Okay, so what we are going to do in the overall demo, we will deploy Jenkins to the Kubernetes using YAML scripts. Once your YAML scripts are loaded into the Kubernetes, we have to log into Jenkins, and then through Jenkins, we have to configure the cloud, that is Kubernetes. While doing the configuration, you have to configure the pod template for Kubernetes. You have to test the connectivity between Jenkins and Kubernetes. Once we are done with the configuration part, we will create a pipeline project. Okay. And in the Jenkins files, we have configured a Kubernetes pod slave agent. So our job will be running using Kubernetes pod slave. Okay. So without much ado, let's start our practical, that is demo. So this is my GitHub repository. In this repository, I have a Jenkins file, and I have these 5 YAML scripts and one README file. In that file, I have mentioned all the steps one by one. So you can refer these steps and do the practical. If you have any problem after this video, you can fork this repository using this forks option, and this repository will be available in your account. Okay. So let's start. This is my GCP account, and in this GCP we have to go to Kubernetes. So I have actually pinned this. So if you have to go, then you have to search compute engine. In compute section, you will see Kubernetes engine. You have to create a cluster first. So to create a cluster, you have to click on create cluster. It's very easy to create a Kubernetes cluster. You just have to give name and the zone by which you are going to create your cluster. So the cluster name will be something like my cluster. Then you have to specify the zone from here and click on create. As I already created a Kubernetes cluster, so I'm going to click on cancel. This is my Kubernetes cluster with a default cluster size of 3 nodes. I have to connect this cluster, then click on connect and then run in a Cloud Shell. You can open this Cloud Shell terminal in a new window as well. So I just have to click there and you will see your Cloud Shell open here. Okay. Now you have to apply all these YAMLs one by one. Okay. So first you have to, so I have copied all these YAML files over here. How I did it? I just put a vi command, and if I choose this, you just have to do vi and that is name of YAML and copy the content of YAML from here. So it's same. You have to copy from here and place it here. Once you copied all at the root folder, you have to do kubectl command, kubectl apply -f and then name of that YAML file. Press enter. It says this YAML file is unchanged because I already applied these changes. So one by one you have to apply all these changes except the last one, that is Nginx deployment service.yaml, which we are going to create it using Jenkins file. So you have to apply kubectl command on all these 4 YAML files. Once you do that, you have to check that using kubectl get deployment. So you will see one deployment is already done. To check the ports, kubectl get ports. So you can see your pod is running. Then to see the service, kubectl get service. So Kubernetes Jenkins service is created with the type node port, and the node port that we have given is 30,000. If I will show you this, this is my service with the type node port, default port 8080. The node port is 30,000, that is a node port, and a target port I have given, that is a JNLP port 50,000. Once you do all these steps, you will have to get the IP address and a node port. So we have given a service as a node port, so we have to check the address of node. So to check that, kubectl get nodes. -o wide. You just have to copy one of the external IP. and then a node port. So I already done all these steps, but if you are doing first time, then you will see a login page with you have to pass an initial password. To get that password, you have to go to your pod, kubectl, get pods, copy this pod, and then execute a command kubectl logs, and then paste it. Actually, a lot of logs has generated. So if you see the log first time, then you will see a password inside that log. Yeah, this one. Please use the following password to proceed to the installation. You have to copy this password and then proceed with your installation steps. Once you give the password, you have to set up one user, and once you set up that user, you have to install the plugin as per the suggested, and then you will come to this step where I am just going to log in with my credentials. And then you have to configure the cloud. So first step is done, that is deployment of Jenkins on Kubernetes. Now second step. Manage nodes and clouds. And here you will see configure clouds. So I can see this option Kubernetes available here. But first time when you do, you will not be able to see this Kubernetes option. So for that, you have to go to Jenkins, manage Jenkins, manage plugins, and here you have to search plugin with the name Kubernetes. So this is the plugin that you need to install. So my recommendation will be you first download it here and then restart the Jenkins so that all the changes of this plugin reflected to the Jenkins. Okay, so now we have installed the Kubernetes plugin. Then we are again going to manage Jenkins, manage nodes and clouds, configure clouds. Here we have to do some settings. First, Kubernetes cloud details. So this name will be by default written on this configuration, but you have to provide a Kubernetes URL. So Kubernetes URL will be https kubernetes.default. You have to disable this https certificate check and then click on test connection. You can see the result connected to Kubernetes. If you have done all the previous stages like executing, applying the Kubernetes YAML files properly, then you won't face any issue and you will be connected. Okay, to check all these steps, you have to go to this readme file and check. I think one step I actually missed, and that is once we apply the Kubernetes cluster binding YAML, then you have to assign that YAML, that cluster binding over here. So what this statement actually saying is, its cluster role is service reader. We have created a cluster role and its name is default. So service account is default. So default is, first default is a namespace and second default is a service account. And we are creating a cluster role binding service reader pod. So this is your service reader cluster role, which is created with the help of cluster binding.yaml. And you have to bind this cluster role with service reader pod. So you just have to copy this command and paste it here and press enter. It will say it is already exist because I have created already, but this step you have to do it. Okay, let's move ahead. Then you have to give the Jenkins URL. So you might be wondering that the Jenkins URL given over this browser is different than this. So from where we have received this URL? For that you have to go to Cloud Shell and then kubectl get services. This is your service. Then type command kubectl describe service. Kubernetes Jenkins service. So in the description of this service, you will see some endpoints. And this endpoint is nothing but this is an internal URL of Jenkins to connect it to the cluster internally. So I have just copied this 10.32.2.12. Okay. And you will see the node put for agent also, JNLP agent, that is 50,000 over here, but the IP is same. So you have to copy this IP and paste it here with the port 8080. HTTP 10.32.2.12 8080. And for JNLP tunnel, Jenkins tunnel, this is nothing but your JNLP port URL. So this is same with port 50,000, but remember not to put HTTP over here. Then I have given connection timeout as 20, read timeout as 40, concurrency limit 20 minutes for this pod template. I have given the pod label as key Jenkins, value as slave. So this is your overall Kubernetes definition. Now you have to define some pod templates. So click on pod templates. Give the name as a default for the first pod. And then we have to configure that pod template. I have given the label as Jenkins slave. Usage, you will see by default as only build jobs with label expression matching this node. But I have selected use this node as much as possible because I want this slave agent to be used as much as possible. Then you have to add the container over here. So in the container template, you have to provide a name. This is nothing but a JNLP container template. So the name I have given is JNLP. The Docker image that I have given is gcr.io. Then cloud solution image slash subname for the image Jenkins Kubernetes slave. I will provide you this Docker image name in the description box. This is by default home Jenkins agent. Command to run, I put it blank, and then argument I pass is computer some like $computer name JNLP Mac. That will also I will put it in the description box. If you keep it blank, that is also okay. It won't bother. Then all other things are by default settings. Just you have to give some service account name. As we haven't created any service account in the Kubernetes, so that's why I have given this as a default. Okay. Now you have to click on apply and save. This is overall configuration for your Jenkins. Now we will create one job. I will say Jenkins Kubernetes pipeline demo. And this is a pipeline project. Click on OK. At the bottom, I will see can see the option pipeline. Choose the second option, is same as Git, and you have to provide the Git repository URL. This is my Git repository URL. This is open source, so I am not giving any credentials. And the path for script Jenkins file, which is already present on the root path, so we don't have to change it. Click on apply and save. Now let's have a look at Jenkins file. In Jenkins file, I given definition project ID as a Mythical Mason 278821. This is my project from cloud. If you go here, my first project, you will see the project ID Mythical Mason 278821. After that, I have started with the pipeline syntax. I have given an option of timeout as 35 minutes to run this entire pipeline. Then in the agent section, I have given the Kubernetes as a slave agent. As we already configured our cloud in Jenkins as a Kubernetes, I have given the label my Angular slave. You can give any name over here. The default container is a JNLP that we have configured, and this is an YAML script for your pod. So kind is pod, then service account given is a default, volume, host path, secret. Now this secret is very important. Okay. This secret we have to generate over here. So how to do that? First, we have to create a service account. To create that service account, you have to go to I am an admin and service accounts. Click on create service account. Let's say my SVC account. Click on create. Select a role. For now, you can select project owner. And click on continue. Click on done. Your service account is created over here. Okay. Now you have to create a key. So if I create a key over here, that key will be downloaded on my system, but I want this on my Kubernetes root path. So for that, there is one command. You just have to go to Kubernetes readme file, and below you will see one command over here. Just have to copy this. I think other stuff also copied. So this is a gcloud command, gcloud IAM service accounts keys create. Then IAM account is this. So you have to give your IAM account. You just have to copy that. I think it is. Let's copy it again. This is the service account which is we just created. Yes. and this is a key.json. So key.json, if you see here in the Jenkins file, we have given a credential. Why we are doing all these things? Creating a service account and then um, creating a script, what you can say, creating a key, because we have to authenticate our service account with this key. In Jenkins file, you can see this Google application credential, and this is a value key.json. So I already created a key.json here, so it will be like svc key. So for you to show you, I'm just renaming the name of key.json, and like this you can create a key. If I will put a command ls, then you can see svc key.json is created over here at the root path. I already created a key.json, so I rename with this name. Similarly, you have to provide a name. Once you do this step, you have to perform one more step. Go to readme.md, and then you have to create a secret, and in that secret will be created with the help of file this key.json. Okay, kubectl create secret generic registry Jenkins. So this is the secret that we are going to create from file key.json. Okay, so if I click on this, it will say it is already created, already ingests. So similarly for you it will be new, so you have to run the command like this. So by this secret, this is nothing but a secret, and also call it as a service account. Okay, this registry Jenkins will be mapped with your service account. Okay, by this you can your Google authentication will be successful. This thing will be required. I will tell you why that step has been very important in Jenkins file. So we have given name registry Jenkins, which is created from this key.json. And there are some containers for this pod. First container is Google G-Cloud and its configuration. The image from where this G-Cloud will be generated is gcr.io cloud builders G-Cloud. Second container will be kubectl. This is also coming from one of the image of gcr.io. Third container we have added is a node. Base image is node LTS Alpine. Fourth container is a Docker. So this way you can configure your pod YAML file. Then you can see the stages. First stage is initialize stage. In this initialize stage, I have used container, G-Cloud, Docker, node. And from these containers, we can run the respective commands. So in the G-Cloud container, you can run this gcloud auth activate service account. So we have done all these stages like creating a service account and then assigning that, creating a secret from that create key. So these things we have to do for authenticating your gcloud account. Once your account get authenticated, you have to set up your project. Then to install the Docker, it has been done from the Docker container. Then we have a Docker node container to install node related dependencies. And at the last, we have a step deploy nginx image. And that we are doing with the container kubectl. First, we are authenticating account, then we are setting up the project, and then we are giving a cluster information. And at the last, we are applying the nginx deployment service.yaml file. This way, your deployment and service for nginx will be created. Okay, so let's run our job. So this is the pipeline that we have, pipeline job that we have created. Click on build. Clicking on this bar will reach us to the console output. So first it is saying created a pod. Then you will see this command, agent is provisioned from the template. And then we can see this YAML text file. Once it will retrieve all the environments, Jenkins tunnel, your Jenkins URL, everything. Now you can see here activated your service account credentials for this service account, which I have created for key.json. Config, your project is updated with the new project name. Then from the container, I think Docker, yeah, from Docker it is going to install a Docker. From the node container, you can see this Docker version available over here. Then from node container, it is installing the npm dependencies. And the last is deploy nginx image. Kubectl apply nginx deployment service.yaml. It will say deployment app nginx created, and deployment and service both are created successfully. If you go to the Cloud Shell and check kubectl get deployment, you will see this nginx deployment is created. If you see kubectl get pod, so 3 replicas of nginx has created, because in the YAML file of nginx deployment, we have given replica as 3. So 3 instances has created. 3 replicas has created. You can see replica is equal to 3. Let's check this service. Kubectl get service. So nginx service is created of type load balancer, and this service we can expose from this external IP. The default load balancer port given here is 80. So you don't have to put any port over here. Just copy this and paste it in the browser. You can say welcome to Nginx. That means our deployment is proper and successful. And this way you can deploy Jenkins on Kubernetes. Then you have to configure the cloud as a Kubernetes. Once the connectivity from Kubernetes to Jenkins is done, then you can run any job using Kubernetes pod template. This was very complex, and when I was doing this demo, I faced a lot of issues. So guys, please follow the steps from this readme.md file. It will not show here properly. If you click on raw, then you will see a proper representation of this file, and follow all these steps one by one. And if you face any issues, then please comment me on this YouTube comment box. I will surely help you and will try to resolve your problem. Thank you so much for this, for your time, for watching the video. See you in the next video with some other topic. Thank you so much, guys. Please like, share, subscribe this video, and share with your friends. Thank you so much.